Understanding the dichotomy of control is a game changer. Focus only on what you can control: your actions, thoughts, and responses. Everything else, from other people's actions to the future, is beyond your reach. By letting go of the need to control the uncontrollable, you reduce stress and find peace in the present moment. It's the key to mastering your emotions and overcoming anxiety. In this article, we'll explore 12 transformative Stoic principles, starting with embracing control, which will empower you to change your life immediately. Practice mindfulness and presence. Building on the understanding of the dichotomy of control, the next powerful Stoic principle is the practice of mindfulness and presence. In our fast-paced, distraction-filled world, it's easy to get caught up in thoughts about the future or regrets from the past. However, the Stoics knew the power of focusing on the present moment. By grounding yourself in the now, you unlock a sense of peace that can't be found by dwelling on things outside your control. I vividly remember a time when I was overwhelmed with deadlines, personal challenges, and the fear of what might happen tomorrow. One evening, after a long, exhausting day, I sat outside on my porch. As I focused on the sound of the wind rustling through the trees and the feel of the cool evening air, I realized how much I had been missing by constantly being in my head. For the first time in a while, I simply was. No worrying about the future, no regrets about the past, just pure presence. It was transformative. Mindfulness isn't just about meditating or clearing your mind. It's about shifting your focus to the present moment, fully engaging with whatever you're doing, and being aware of your thoughts, feelings, and actions. Whether you're working, interacting with others, or simply walking, doing it with complete attention can significantly reduce anxiety and stress. When you live in the present, you not only reduce mental clutter, but you also allow space for gratitude and clarity. Stoic philosophers like Marcus Aurelius and Seneca practiced this principle regularly. Aurelius, in his meditations, often reminded himself that the present moment is all we truly have and that every action should be performed with purpose and presence. Seneca also emphasized how to free ourselves from distractions by focusing entirely on the task at hand. These timeless teachings encourage us to stop chasing after what doesn't matter and embrace the now. To integrate mindfulness into your life, try simple daily practices. Take deep breaths, engage in active listening, or simply pause during your day to appreciate the environment around you. Over time, you'll find yourself more centered, calm, and prepared to handle whatever life throws your way. Practicing mindfulness brings you closer to inner peace and allows you to live a life with intention and clarity. By practicing mindfulness and presence, you'll stop running away from the moment and start embracing life exactly as it is, creating a sense of balance that is deeply rooted in Stoic wisdom. This mindset will not only help you manage the stress that life brings, but also empower you to live authentically and meaningfully. Next, we'll explore how cultivating gratitude can reshape your perspective and transform your overall outlook on life. Cultivate gratitude. Building on the power of mindfulness and being present, the next essential Stoic principle is cultivating gratitude. Often, we're so focused on what we don't have or what's going wrong that we fail to see the countless blessings already in our lives. By shifting our focus to gratitude, we train our minds to appreciate the present moment, and in doing so, we unlock a profound sense of peace and fulfillment. I vividly remember a difficult period in my life where I felt overwhelmed by constant challenges. I was struggling with work stress, personal insecurities, and the fear of an uncertain future. One evening, as I sat alone reflecting on my troubles, a simple thought crossed my mind. What if, instead of focusing on what's wrong, I focused on everything that is still going right? That night, I began writing down 5 things I was grateful for, no matter how small. Over time, I noticed something amazing happen. I started appreciating everything more deeply. The simple things, like a warm cup of coffee in the morning or a quiet walk in nature, began to feel like treasures. Gratitude, as the Stoics understood, isn't just a feeling, it's a mindset. Marcus Aurelius often wrote about the importance of appreciating the good in our lives, especially in the face of adversity. For him, recognizing the gifts in his life, even during the harshest times, was vital to maintaining his inner peace and sense of purpose. He taught that by acknowledging and appreciating what we already have, we can free ourselves from the constant hunger for more, which only leads to dissatisfaction. Practicing gratitude isn't about ignoring life's challenges. It's about finding balance. It's about recognizing that, even in the darkest moments, there's always something to be thankful for. Perhaps it's the support of loved ones, the opportunity to learn, or the strength within you to keep moving forward. The practice of gratitude helps you reframe your situation, allowing you to see life through a lens of abundance instead of scarcity. To cultivate gratitude in your life, start by creating a gratitude journal. Each day, write down 3 things you're thankful for. Over time, you'll notice a shift in your mindset, as you begin to focus more on the positive and less on what's missing. This simple practice can help rewire your brain, making it easier to find joy in even the smallest moments. When you embrace gratitude, you'll find that your perspective on life transforms. Instead of feeling overwhelmed by what's wrong, you'll begin to see everything that's going right. Gratitude becomes a powerful tool to enhance your happiness, resilience, and overall well-being. As we continue to explore the Stoic principles, we'll dive into how accepting adversity can not only strengthen you but also teach you valuable lessons for personal growth. Accept adversity as a teacher. Building on the power of gratitude, the next step in your transformation journey is to accept adversity as a teacher. Life is full of challenges, setbacks, and difficult moments, but the Stoics teach us to embrace these as opportunities for growth, not burdens to avoid. Instead of running from adversity, we can learn to see it as a powerful tool for personal development. I'll never forget a time when I lost my job unexpectedly. The shock and fear I felt were overwhelming. The future seemed uncertain, and the pressure to find a new career was intense. For days, I wallowed in despair, questioning my worth and my next move. But then, a shift happened. I remembered something Marcus Aurelius wrote in his Meditations: "The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way." In that moment, I realized that this challenge was an opportunity to learn something new about myself. My resilience, my ability to adapt, and my creativity in the face of struggle. Adversity, as the Stoics understood, is not just something to endure, it's something to embrace. Each difficult experience can teach us valuable lessons that ultimately shape our character and strengthen our resolve. The Stoics believed that through hardships, we build the virtues that allow us to live a meaningful and purposeful life. In fact, it is often in the most challenging moments that we discover our true strength. When we stop fearing difficulties and start using them as stepping stones, we unlock a deeper, more profound wisdom. Seneca also reminds us in his writings that adversity is a natural part of life, an essential component of the human experience. He argued that by accepting hardship and remaining calm in the face of it, we demonstrate true strength. When we resist adversity, we suffer twice. Once from the hardship itself and again from our resistance to it. However, when we embrace it, we can learn from the experience and move forward stronger. This mindset shift is crucial in today's world, where people often feel entitled to a life free of struggle. The reality is that adversity will always find its way into our lives, whether through personal loss, failure, or unexpected challenges. But instead of fearing it, we can choose to welcome it with open arms, knowing that every difficulty is an opportunity for growth and self-discovery. To truly accept adversity as a teacher, it's essential to reframe our mindset. When facing a challenge, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? Or how can this experience help me become a better version of myself? With each challenge, remind yourself that adversity isn't the enemy. It's a teacher in disguise, helping you become stronger, wiser, and more resilient. As we move forward, we'll explore how negative visualization, thinking about worst-case scenarios, can help prepare us mentally for life's difficulties, making it easier to handle adversity when it arises. Practice negative visualization. Following our journey of accepting adversity as a teacher, the next transformative Stoic principle is practicing negative visualization. While it might sound counterintuitive, visualizing the worst-case scenario can actually help you appreciate what you have and prepare you for life's challenges. By imagining the loss of what you hold dear, you cultivate gratitude and a stronger ability to cope with unexpected events. I vividly remember a time when I was faced with an important presentation at work. I was nervous about failing, fearing what my colleagues and boss would think of me if I didn't succeed. It was then that I recalled something from Stoic philosophy that helped me calm my mind. I took a moment to sit quietly and imagine the worst possible outcome. Perhaps I would make a mistake. Perhaps I'd embarrass myself in front of my team. But then I also imagined the aftermath. How I would recover, how I could learn from the experience, and how, in the grand scheme of life, it wouldn't be the end of the world. This exercise of negative visualization actually put my fears into perspective. By mentally rehearsing the worst-case scenario, I reduced the anxiety of the unknown and felt more grounded in the present. Instead of fearing failure, I found myself focusing on what I could control: the preparation, my attitude, and the lesson to be learned no matter what happened. In the end, the presentation went well, and I was far less anxious than I had been before applying the technique. The Stoics, particularly Seneca, often advised practicing negative visualization as a way to prepare for life's inevitable challenges. By imagining the worst, losing a job, facing illness, or experiencing the death of a loved one, we come to realize that these things are beyond our control. However, we can control how we react to them. This practice helps us mentally prepare for adversity, making it easier to stay composed when we face real difficulties. It's not about dwelling in pessimism. It's about being mentally prepared and reducing the impact of fear. Negative visualization also enhances our appreciation for the present moment. When you consciously think about the possibility of losing what you have, you begin to understand just how precious it is. You stop taking your possessions, relationships, and health for granted. In this way, negative visualization acts as a reminder to cherish every moment, every opportunity, and every person in your life. To practice negative visualization, take a few minutes each day to imagine the worst-case scenario in different areas of your life. What if you lost your job? What if you had to move away from family? What if you were suddenly alone? Then, reflect on how you would handle it. By doing this regularly, you not only become more resilient to hardship, but also develop a deeper sense of gratitude for what you have today. Next, we'll explore how to cultivate self-discipline to stay grounded in your Stoic journey, especially when faced with temptation and distractions. Cultivate self-discipline building on the practice of negative visualization. We now turn to the vital Stoic principle of cultivating self-discipline. While visualizing the worst can prepare us mentally for adversity, true transformation comes when we take action and develop the discipline to stay grounded and focused, no matter the circumstances. Self-discipline is the key to living a life of purpose, allowing you to rise above distractions, stay true to your values, and remain focused on what truly matters. I recall a time when I struggled to stay committed to my goals. I had a dream of writing a book, but distractions seemed to constantly pull me away from my work. I'd find myself scrolling through social media or procrastinating on projects that mattered. One day, feeling frustrated with my lack of progress, I remembered a story about Marcus Aurelius. Despite being an emperor with unimaginable responsibilities, he was known for his unwavering discipline. He practiced daily routines, took time for reflection, and maintained his focus on his Stoic values. This inspired me to look at my own habits and how I could strengthen my self-discipline. Self-discipline isn't about rigid control or suppressing our desires. It's about choosing what is truly important and focusing on it with full commitment. It's the ability to say no to fleeting pleasures and distractions, and yes to long-term goals and personal growth. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, often reflected on the importance of self-mastery. He recognized that the key to peace of mind was being able to control his thoughts, actions, and reactions, regardless of external circumstances. For him, true freedom came not from external achievements, but from mastering his inner world. The Stoic idea of self-discipline also ties into the concept of Stoic endurance. It's the strength to persevere through challenges, to maintain composure in difficult situations, and to stick to one's principles, no matter the temptation to stray. It's not always easy, especially in a world that constantly bombards us with distractions and instant gratifications. But the more we practice discipline, the more we align ourselves with the virtues that Stoicism values: wisdom, courage, justice, and temperance. Developing self-discipline requires commitment, but it doesn't need to be overwhelming. Start small, commit to one daily habit, like waking up early or setting aside time to meditate or reflect. Gradually, these small actions build the foundation for a disciplined life. Over time, you'll find that you can trust yourself more, and that self-discipline becomes second nature. It's about setting clear boundaries with yourself and taking responsibility for your actions. Cultivate self-discipline. Embrace the power of routine. Establish a morning and evening routine that aligns with your values and goals. Whether it's exercising, journaling, or focusing on a specific project, consistency is the secret. When you dedicate time and energy to what matters most, distractions fade into the background, and you unlock a sense of fulfillment that only self-discipline can bring. Next, we will explore how to embrace simplicity in life and the freedom that comes with letting go of excess and focusing on what truly adds value. Embrace simplicity. Building on the foundation of cultivating self-discipline, the next powerful Stoic principle is embracing simplicity. As we work on honing our discipline and focus, it's crucial to remember that true fulfillment often comes from simplifying our lives. In a world that thrives on excess and constant stimulation, Stoicism encourages us to strip away the unnecessary and focus on what truly adds value. When we embrace simplicity, we free ourselves from the burden of distractions and material desires, allowing us to experience a deeper sense of peace and contentment. I remember a time in my life when I was caught up in the rat race of acquiring more clothes, more gadgets, more experiences. I thought that each new possession or achievement would bring lasting happiness, but the thrill was always temporary. It wasn't until a particularly overwhelming period in my life, when I felt mentally and emotionally drained, that I realized I had accumulated more than I could handle. My apartment was filled with things I didn't need, my schedule was packed with commitments I didn't care about, and my mind was cluttered with worries that didn't serve me. It was then that I recalled the Stoic wisdom of simplifying life. The Stoics, particularly Epictetus, taught that external possessions and desires should not dictate our happiness. In fact, they argued that true freedom and peace come from letting go of excess and focusing only on what is essential. Marcus Aurelius, in his Meditations, frequently reflected on the importance of living in harmony with nature and simplifying his own life to align more closely with his values. He understood that focusing on fewer, more meaningful things gave him the space to reflect, act with purpose, and maintain clarity of mind. Embracing simplicity is not about renouncing all pleasures or living in deprivation. It's about eliminating distractions and focusing on what truly matters. For example, instead of spending hours scrolling through social media or binge-watching TV shows, we could dedicate that time to meaningful pursuits like self-growth, building relationships, or engaging in creative work. The essence of simplicity is living intentionally, not being consumed by the noise of the world. One of the most powerful ways to embrace simplicity is by decluttering both our physical and mental spaces. I began by donating items I no longer used, cleaning up my work environment, and creating a daily routine that allowed me to focus on the things that mattered most. In doing so, I realized how much lighter and more focused I felt. Each small decision to simplify my life, whether it was reducing material possessions or eliminating unnecessary commitments, brought a sense of calm and freedom that I had been desperately seeking. Another key aspect of embracing simplicity is learning to prioritize. In today's fast-paced world, we are constantly bombarded with choices and opportunities. By focusing on the essential few, we create space for the things that bring us lasting fulfillment, such as our health, our relationships, and our personal growth. To embrace simplicity, begin by identifying what truly brings value to your life. Start by eliminating distractions, setting clear priorities, and saying no to what doesn't align with your values. As you simplify, you'll find that your energy and time are freed up for what really matters, and you will experience a deeper sense of contentment and peace. Next, we will explore how to live a life of purpose and meaning by applying the timeless wisdom of Stoicism to every area of our lives. If you found these Stoic principles inspiring and helpful, please show some love by liking this video and commenting your thoughts below. We'd love to hear how you plan to apply these timeless teachings to your life. Speech Balloon Sparkles, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on more transformative content that will help you unlock your potential. Bell Flex Biceps, be sure to check out our other videos for even more life-changing tips and wisdom. Together, we can grow, evolve, and live a life of true purpose. Glowing Star.